Alright, I recently purchased this G Master lens. This is a f2.8 70-200 GM OSS 2, the newest version of this G Master 70-200 lens. I'd never purchased a lens in this focal length before, but I really wanted a lens at this focal length. For a few different events that I've been filming, I wanted to be able to put the camera a little further back but still get a close-up view, but also I wanted to just be able to take some action shots of my kids at soccer, at dance, just some photos of them that's not very great for taking with your phone. Close-up photos of the phone look great. Action shots further away with the phone, you can tell real fast the quality of something like this. So this is a big investment, but I purchased this and I went out using it and I was expecting to kind of be underwhelmed. I was like, it's a lot of money to spend on a single lens. Let's see how it is. I took it to my son's soccer game and I fell in love with this lens. I don't know how I didn't have this focal length before. This is a super fast lens. Like it says, an f2.8 for being a 70-200. It focuses almost instantly. There's no delay at all. All of the dials on this flow flawlessly. I love that you can get the full 70-200 motion in one swipe of the thumb. I don't have to reposition my hand. I can have it up to my eye and fully go from 200 all the way back to 70 without adjusting my hand position at all. I didn't use the manual focus a whole lot yet. I've used that a few different times, but most of the time, especially for action shots where I'm taking a very high frame rate video or pictures, I'm not actually adjusting my manual focus. I'm gonna let that autofocus do its thing. In combination with my Sony A7R5, the Sony A7R5 has their new AI face detection, so I could actually take a picture of my son, click on his face, let him know that's the subject I want to focus on, and even though there's all these kids moving all around, the camera did a great job picking the focus on his face. This locked on focus every single time. You guys can see a closer up view of this lens right here. Granted, this is the smaller state it's in because the cover is the other way. Take the cover off, put it on. This lens is pretty big. Another thing I do like about this is that all the internal zoom, all the zoom is internal. So when I'm zooming, this is not going out and in like the G Master 24-70 would. The G Master 24-70 is actually what I'm filming this video on right here. But when you're stabilizing this in a gimbal, which granted you don't typically do, but there's a few shots occasionally where I'd like to have this on a gimbal, and it's super nice to have this all internal because it's not throwing off the balance of the gimbal every time you slightly zoom in or out on this lens like it does with the 24-70. You'll have that issue where if you put it on when it's fully retracted and you try and zoom out at all, it throws off the gimbal's balance and it's not balanced properly anymore. I've done this a few times with this, and even though there's still a component moving back and forth inside, it's not shifting the weight enough that it's making a difference for the gimbal that I'm using. So if you're on the fence, try this lens out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I can just tell this is built way better than any of the lenses that I have. Cheaper lenses that I've gotten before, sometimes you can get nearly as good photos, if not the same, but you can feel the quality is not gonna last. If you want this for a few years, 5 years, 10 years, the cheaper lens is not gonna last the test of time. Dust in the lens, the waterproofing, everything else like that, you're gonna get a quality lens when you get something like this. So if you're on the fence, do it. I don't think you'll be disappointed.